You can be luxurious and glam even on a budget. Hello and good morning. Welcome back to Grace.Filled. My name is Christy. I am a wife, a mom of 5, and this is my 10th year homeschooling. On this channel, I love to share all things faith, encouragement, inspiration, and motivation for your faith, for your homeschool, for your home, for your life. And so this video is no different. I had a request from Metamorphosis that I share affordable hospitality, affordable hosting, hospitality on a budget. And I'm so sorry that it took so long to get this one done, but I wanted to do this talking while I was actually baking the items and setting up this space in my mind. That would have been such a beautiful video for you to hear me telling you these things as well as see them. And of course, being a mom of 5 and homemaking, homesteading, I did not get to get that done. So I will be coming back with another video where you can see me baking and setting up and preparing to host. But in this video, I am just gonna give you some really simple and practical tips and skills that I think will help you. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And of course, I would love thumbs up and comments if you enjoy this video today. I want to go ahead and start this video off with scripture, and the scripture that I have today comes from 1 Peter chapter 4 verses 8 through 9, and it says, "Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling." So the first thing is we're going to start this party off understanding and knowing that we are not grumbling, mumbling, or complaining, but we have joy for this privilege that we get to have. The purpose of our blessings is actually to share and welcome others. Hospitality is about making your guests feel loved, important, seen, heard, valued, embraced, cared for. It is to serve them. It's not about expensive meals. It's not about whether you have a fancy home or not. That is not what it's about. I want to make it more attainable and less like that it's only for the rich, that it's only for the elite, that it's only for people who have prestigious things. No, I want to let you know that we are commanded to be hospitable. There are so many scriptures in the Bible that share about how we should share and show hospitality. First thing that I want to talk about in this video is your budget. I suggest going ahead and setting a budget and just knowing upfront, being open and honest and just real about what do you have that you can spend for this particular event. And if you know all you have is $10, baby, you can do a lot with a little. And I have been seeing that on my channel, and not just saying, but showing you that for the past 6 years that I have been on YouTube. So I want to suggest a few things. You can do desserts. You can host a dessert bar. You can have a coffee date. You can set up a beautiful tea party. You can host a potluck. There are so many things that you can do in a very economic way that can go far, but I'm telling you, with a beautiful presentation, it makes all of the difference. But let's just think about $10 for a dessert bar. I mean, brownies, you could bake a cake from scratch, you could have some hot chocolate, hot tea, you could have coffee available, and maybe one other dessert like a pie or something. I mean, you really can do a lot. $10 can take you far, whether you're cooking from scratch, whether you're buying it in a box. Another option that I would probably caution you about is you could buy something store-bought. I would say those store-bought items probably would be almost $10 for one thing alone, buying it. And typically people don't the store-bought stuff always ends up staying there last. People always gravitate towards those fresh cakes and fresh pies. And think about your own self. What things do you like to have? We're taking $10 for the coffee cake. You could bake maybe 2 cakes from scratch again and just have your coffee set out. What an amazing time. If you were doing a tea party, you could have your tea. Again, a couple of cakes, maybe this time add a few stones. Add a few scones. You could maybe even add a few little finger sandwiches. Just something really simple, and you could even keep it to probably a $10 budget if I'm being honest to you. And if you really are struggling with finances, I tell you, a great thing is for you to host a potluck. Potlucks are amazing because it takes a lot of the pressure and stress off you, and it makes it a community thing. So you're doing the hosting and you're literally preparing 1 or 2 things, and everyone else contributes in a way that it's not you doing all the work and carrying all of the burden alone. Number 2, be humble. Okay. I know sometimes you feel like, oh, I got it, I can do it. No, I don't need your help. No, this is not the time for that. This is the time to be humble. If someone says, do you need some help? Oh, bless your heart, that would be so helpful. Oh yes, actually you could do this. You could set the cake on the table. Oh, could you refill the pitcher of tea? Could you put some more hot water on the stove? Yes, we want to accept all help. Oh, is there anything I can bring? Actually, could you bring another baked good? Whatever you want to bring is fine. We just love your cooking, and we would love for you to bring something. Or if the person can't cook and you know it, oh, you know what? I think I have everything covered, but could you bring a bag of chips? Could you bring some juice? And the last most important thing, oh, can I help you clean anything? Can I help you with the dishes? Instead of saying, oh no, it's okay, enjoy yourself, have a good night. Yes. Oh, thank you for helping relieve this burden. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for sacrificing. Thank you for spending a little extra time to help me get this done. Thank you so much. Yes, you can help me. Number 3 is really just being content with whatever you have. And so I say, use what you have. Now, if you don't have anything, then obviously you have to set a budget for that. And if you're on a budget, the Dollar Tree might be a great place to start. The Dollar Tree has amazing seasonal plates and napkins and forks and spoons, and I'm telling you, you could actually get 2 size plates, some napkins, and some forks for $4, and you still have a few dollars left. If $10 was your budget, that you could buy a box of brownie mix for $2, and you have $4 left, you know, that you could bake something from scratch. And most of the time, homemakers, homekeepers, we typically have enough things on hand already that we could whip up something at home from scratch, and we typically always have some coffee or tea to share with others. So you still have $4 that you could play around with in that regard. Okay, so now what if you want to be a little fancier than the paper plates from the Dollar Tree, and you still don't have a lot of money to go to the store and buy new things? I have something for you. Try thrifting. I want to show you some of the things that I picked up at the thrift store in less than a month that make amazing serving, hosting pieces. But first I want to start off with these pieces. They are 2 different sizes of this beautiful plate right here. I grabbed these while I was thrifting. They are vintage fine china, and at my thrift store they were 25 cents a piece. I have 8 of the smaller ones, I have 8 of the larger ones, and for $4, the same $4 you would have took to the Dollar Tree, you now can go ahead and add some forks to it, and you have a more elegant, elevated look on a budget, and no one will know where you got them from as long as you wash them and clean them. You are good. Let me show you a few more. Show the inside of this china cabinet. I think every single piece in here was thrifted. Before I show you that, I want to show you a few more pieces that are like, I don't know if you can see this is open or not, but these are the things that are tucked inside of my buffet. This is another set that I got. I thrifted this at a different store. I think this was $2 for the set of 5. So I mean, a little more pricey, but not bad. And these are royal china. Along those same lines, I think these were like 2 and maybe 4. They were under $5 a piece. And so my tip is, maybe if you just have $10 for this day, you might not be able to get something like this, or maybe you can for $2. But my point is, when you find little pieces like this, grab them, because you can then use them later when you're hosting. And once you buy it once, you don't have to buy it again. You don't have to upgrade or replace it unless it breaks. So I bought these used, but look how elevated and how elegant it, the elegance that it would add to your deviled eggs, angeled eggs. I'm like, listen, we don't celebrate the devil, angeled eggs. But if you also, you probably could put little appetizers in here as well. So just get creative, think outside the box, think of how can I use this for something other than what it is. Another simple thing that you can do at parties is always just having like assortment of crackers and spreads. And so even fruit, you could put strawberries along the outside and then just fill the inside with crackers. So going back to that affordable hosting, these are tips. Now, I'm not going to stick with this $10 budget because I know a lot of us have more than $10. But I just want to make sure that no one is excluded, because I feel like if you're going to host, most people can some kind of way, between all the changes and secret hiding places, come up with $10. And then of course, I have 5 kids, so I understand being on a budget. And I understand that a lot of housemakers don't work. So just try to be mindful of that. But let me show you something else. Okay, these came brand new in a pack, I think for 80 cents. These did, I think it was a pack. One was a pack, I think, of 6, and I think one was a pack of 3 maybe. And these rings came in a box, 99 cents. Look at this. And when you add this, let's just even get to this plate, for example. I mean, look how elevated we've just taken things now. We've taken things to a whole nother level with a 25-cent plate, a 25-cent napkin ring, and let's just say a 25-cent napkin. So for 75 cents, look at this. That is absolutely amazing in my opinion. And I just keep my cloths here, and this is another crystal jar that I thrifted. It was 99 cents. And I am holding my napkin rings on here, and it just gives it a very elegant look. But not only this, think about mints. Think about, maybe nuts, peanuts, or just some little finger something, olives even, could go into something like this. Extra over here, we actually get into something I have for ice cream. They're little ice cream containers. They were 25 cents a piece at the Goodwill. And this is perfect for Sundays, or maybe the adults can have something else and the kids can have these. So I'm not a drinker, but grape juice could go in here, apple juice, punch could go in here. And this whole cabinet, I thrifted every single thing, and it was just so that I could have some affordable hosting. These glasses were 2 for $1. These were 2 for $1. And these also go with it 2 for $1. I mean, I'm telling you, you can do a lot with a little. You could add some flowers into this piece here, 99 cents. I have a little tea set here. This little piece here was $2. And again, you could add candies, mints, just little things for your friends and family as they're leaving. This cake plate here, I've got a couple more bowls. Again, you can just display so many amazing things in these bowls and really just give your, maybe I should open this up so you don't get a glare. But you could really just give these things such a glam look. These here, I think, are maybe $1 a piece. But look at these plates right here. I mean, they are amazing. And I think I paid, I want to say 50 cents for them. 50 cents each. Look at that. Here I have some. I think I paid $2 for this whole set. So they can be for coasters, but then they could also be that you could put little finger things there. This one here doesn't open up, but there is something that you can pour, another dish that you can store something special. We've got like a milk pour, a candy dish there. I'm almost done here, so don't click off the video yet. But this is for people who really want to know and who really want to give their space and their party a glammed up look on a simple, modest budget. I do think this was a little bit more at $5. But again, the same plates. And last but not least is this set here, $3. $3. It is 8 teacups and this beautiful piece right here. So I don't think any piece that I own in here was over maybe $3 for the one piece. And then, you know, this set was $5. But again, you can just see, you can be luxurious and glam even on a budget. Let's go into the things that we are not talking about money. Now we are getting to beauty. Now we are talking about how to make your home cozy and how to set a beautiful atmosphere. And that honestly is something that is free, but it makes such a difference. You can go to a fancy smancy house that has all the crystal and china and plate holders. Oh, okay, one more thing, I promise. And you know, another thing, when you think about hosting, you know, these are some Martha Stewart blinds that I thrifted. But do you know that you can even use things like this as a tablecloth? Things like that give your home such an appeal. These tablecloths were $1.99 each. I have the tablecloth in white. I have the tablecloth in green. I have the tablecloth in pink. I have the tablecloth in this pretty yellow color. And I also have a tablecloth in this reddish burgundy color. But at $1.99 each, I could afford to get so many to have a different variety, so that when I want to change plates and napkin rings and all these things, I can do that. And last tip, I promise, by choosing to use crystal, now instead of buying more things, because you know you're never going to need to buy any more of those things, now you can buy colored candles, you can buy colored napkins, you can buy beautiful napkin rings. You see where I'm going here? With vases like this, or with crystal ones, I don't think there was one here, but with crystal vases, you can add any type of flowers and it'll go with any type of curtains, any type of furniture. Things like that are perfect. If you only can have one thing, just grab the crystal, and with that you can just mix and match everything else and it's gonna be beautiful. To make your home cozy, you are going to clean and declutter everything. People don't need to come and see your mail and see your shoes and clothes all over the place. You're gonna pick those things up, and it's not that you're being fake or something else, but you don't need to have your dirty laundry aired for the world to see, literally. Okay, not really that funny, but it kind of felt like a laughing. So go ahead, wipe down all of your counters, all of your surfaces. Go ahead and wipe off your stove. Something that a lot of people neglect is the dishwasher and the oven. Go ahead and wipe those things down. Wipe the refrigerator. Go ahead and sweep and mop up the floors in there. Vacuum and dust your entire home. And lastly, go ahead and just touch the bathroom. Go ahead and just wipe from top to bottom to make sure that it's really clean, to make sure that it smells good, to make sure that it's fresh. Go ahead and give yourself a new hand towel. I have 5 children, you guys know that. So the guests would use the same bathroom as my children. But when company comes over, I may want to have a more upgraded, luxurious hand towel. If it is around December, I might want to have something that's a little gold and just something that's really burgundy, something that kind of goes with that. If maybe it's the spring, maybe I want to have something floral in there. If it's the summer, maybe I want to have sunflower. Along with the same thing, I do have hand soaps that my children use, but then when I have guests over, I typically try to put out another soap and lotion that's a matching set for my guests. And those are just little touches to make the bathroom just feel really cozy and inviting. If you don't have cats and small children, light a candle in the bathroom, put one in your hallway, have them in your living room, in your dining room, in your kitchen. Place them all around the house. If you know that little children won't be there, and if you know you can do it in a safe way, let's be very clear about that. In a safe way, because lighting those candles makes such a difference. Okay, make sure you're spending time on presentation. Make sure you have a new roll of tissue in the bathroom. If you use paper towels, go ahead and just get a new roll of paper towels. Once that's done, you can go back to whatever it was that you had already, but just make it look like you put thought and care and love into whatever this thing is that you are hosting. Go ahead and have waters out for your guests to go ahead and have if they are thirsty. Make sure that you have a bucket of toys for kids. If you don't have children, but you're inviting someone who has children, go to the Dollar Tree, go to the Goodwill, and grab a few toys. If you go to the Goodwill, just sanitize them first and just stick them in a cute basket. And then when they're over there, they're gonna love you. They're gonna prefer to play with your things over whatever toy it was that mom and dad packed for them, because it's new, it's exciting, it's in a new place, and so it's gonna be so special for them and such a big hit. When everyone arrives, make sure you have everything out, ready, available, waters, maybe in this climate, a little bit of extra hand sanitizer, just little things that really make a big difference. And one of the most important things when we talk about making your home cozy and setting a beautiful atmosphere is something personal for me, and that's make sure you have something for everyone. As a family that is predominantly vegan, vegetarian, it is really hard when people invite us somewhere and then they don't have anything that's vegan for us or vegetarian. But you invited us and you already know, and so either A, I have to leave and go get something, bring my own, eat when we get home, and it's such an inconvenience and it's so inconsiderate. And I think in my mind, well dang, you shouldn't have invited me. Like, I know it's more than the food, but also you are the hostess, so you need to be mindful of making sure that you're creating an atmosphere in your own home. People are not in their home where they have the freedoms to go and cook in XYZ. And so if you have just a salad for me to eat, but you've got 10 things for you, I think you could see how that could maybe lead to me not being so happy. Okay, I know I've spent a lot of time on this video, but the fifth tip that I want to give with you guys is to finish early. Like, seriously, if you know that you're having people show up in 5 minutes, don't start in 5 minutes. You should be done 5 to 10 minutes before everyone comes, because if you're like me, by the time you're done running around and setting everything up and just making sure everything is neat and in order, you're tired. And sometimes I might cook or prepare in something that's a little less desirable, so that when everyone comes, I can go ahead and change into something else. So once I'm all done, I want to give myself enough time that if I need to, I can shower or throw on whatever my outfit or my attire is for the event, freshen up my face if I'm just looking a mess, or if I didn't even put any makeup on at all, go ahead and touch up my gloss, put on a little spray. If I don't have on jewelry, go ahead and get that on. So that is a perfect time to go ahead and take care of those things. Also, when you're done cooking and serving and preparing, even if you've already done the dishes, you'll find that there probably is still something that needs to be wiped off, something that needs to be washed, something that needs to be cleaned. So by finishing early, you give yourself enough time to take care of these things that otherwise would be just kind of left behind. So, okay, you have this beautiful fancy home, the bathroom's clean, every single thing is done, but you didn't give yourself enough time. And so now you've got dishes in the sink, or you didn't wipe off the counters. So just the little things that really do make a big difference, especially people entering into your home. Prep and cook what you can the night before, and you know, what you can't, you can't. You have to do it the day of. Go ahead and start some background music and maybe even have a game ready. So those are some things that you can do with your free time. To bring this video to a close, something I want to talk about is what if you don't feel comfortable hosting right now? What if you just can't host? What if you don't have the space? I know we are a family of 7 on our own. Now that we have this, we redid some things in our home to make this dining room, we can probably fit about 8 more people, but honestly we take up pretty much the whole kitchen area, just our own family, because we're a larger family. And so what if you are in a position that you can't host? Well, something I can do in another video possibly is just to do like a drop-off option where you bake cookies and you just wrap them into beautiful tins, beautiful boxes with ribbons. Think about either A, something that's eco-friendly, or B, something that can be reusable. It doesn't have to be just cookies. It could be cookies, it could be brownies, it could be cakes, something that's just very beautiful and very thoughtful. I don't care who you are or where you're from or anything else. Everyone likes some sort of something special. And if you're even low on time with that and you can't do that, can you just take some chocolates and put those in a really nice container and wrap those up? And bonus, that is a really nice hostess gift. If you are invited somewhere and you can take flowers or some sort of drink or dessert, then do that. If not, it's nice to show up with just something in your hands, whether it's a little box of chocolate, a little tin of cookies, a card, anything, just to say, I appreciate you doing this, you opening up your home, you going out of the way, you loving on me and my family, and thank you for all of your hard work. So I think this might be the longest video I've ever made, but I don't want to cut this out because these are so amazing, and this video will reach the people that it's intended to reach. And if you're really on a budget, wanting to know how to host and have affordable hosting, and if you want to know how to be hospitable as a homemaker and all these things while taking care of your own family and on a budget, and heaven forbid you're homeschooling too, this video will help you. This will give you the simple things that make such a big difference in life. So guys, I am out of time. Of course, never out of words. Until the next video, blessings. Remember, you can do a lot with a little, so be encouraged. And check out the playlist. I've got a lot of goodies that you don't want to miss.